You're scrolling through your feed and you stop on a video of an abandoned puppy. You feel an immediate, visceral sense of pity. But that response was calculated. These clips are designed using specific formulas meant to trigger a predictable emotional reflex. Content creators follow technical blueprints that dictate everything from the lighting to the glass. This specific prompt requires a 35mm lens and a wide f1.8 aperture, settings traditionally used by mammifers to create a sense of intimacy and drama. The instructions even specify the subject's appearance. The puppy must have large, watery blue eyes and wear a torn beige shirt. These are visual cues that we have been conditioned to associate with vulnerability and innocence. By maintaining these strict visual rules, the system ensures a consistent emotional tone across every scene. This technical precision makes the story feel familiar and trustworthy, often discouraging us from questioning whether what we're seeing is actually real. These AI-generated scripts are the modern, automated version of ancient narrative shortcuts. In storytelling, these recurring devices are known as tropes. Long before the internet, these formulas were used to influence how people behaved. Folklore served as a practical tool for survival, using recognizable patterns to keep people away from genuine dangers. Legends like the Shug Monkey or the Phantom Black Dog of the British Isles weren't just random monsters. They functioned as a mental shorthand for fear, marking specific forests or ruins as places to avoid without needing a complex explanation. These stories worked because they relied on the audience's existing expectations. A traveler didn't need to see the beast to know the narrative. They recognized the trope of the guardian of the dark and adjusted their behavior accordingly. But what began as a tool for campfire survival has now been turned into an industrialized system for capturing and holding your attention. We see this industrialization most clearly in Hollywood action movies. These films use a rapid-fire sequence of narrative tropes, specifically designed to keep the audience completely locked into the plot. A common device is the historical artifact. By centering the story on an ancient object, like a golden Incan funerary mask, writers create an immediate reason for the characters to move, regardless of the deeper context. Writers also use the historical villain. Figures like Francisco Pizarro serve as a narrative shortcut. His presence instantly establishes a conflict centered on conquest and power, which the audience recognizes without the need for a complex backstory. This is often paired with an arbitrary puzzle, where characters must find exactly 200 keys or navigate a sudden, lethal trap to reach a lost city. These are mechanical hurdles designed purely to sustain the viewer's tension. While Hollywood uses these formulas for entertainment, this same narrative architecture is now being used to frame our perception of real-world societal issues. Scientists are tracking these patterns. An ACL anthology paper details how algorithms detect narrative tropes in social media. Analyzing posts on global immigration and vaccines, they found discussions organize into the same recurring, pre-packaged stories we see in fiction, rather than nuanced debate. One major pattern is the hidden motives trope. This narrative convinces an audience that public events are secretly being controlled by malicious tyrants, shifting the focus from facts to a story of a concealed, untold agenda. Then there is the defend the weak trope. By using a vulnerable group, like children, as an emotional center, the narrator is able to simplify a complex policy debate into a singular, urgent mission to protect the innocent. They also found skepticism towards authority. This pattern exploits a general distrust of science or government, using it as a shortcut to validate conspiracy theories without providing specific evidence. By deploying these tropes, actors in social media discussions oversimplify complex problems, aiming to move users past critical thinking and toward purely emotional reactions. Whether it's a phantom dog in the woods or a generated puppy on your feed, the process is the same. These formulas succeed because our brains are naturally tuned to recognize and react to familiar narrative patterns. The goal of the algorithm is to identify exactly which pattern triggers your engagement and to repeat it, creating a feedback loop prioritizing your reaction over accurate information. To gain control over your feed, you have to recognize the pattern. If you can identify the trope being used to frame an issue, you can stop the emotional reflex before it takes over. Take a look at your feed today. Are you seeing the hidden motive framing, or perhaps an engineered sad puppy? Once you spot the narrative device, leave a comment and let us know which trope you're seeing the most.